terms of the social economy and addressing social need as an economic stimulant, I'd be keen to hear your ideas in regard to that there, because whereas household incomes here are lower than the average across the water, and average household spending is one of the highest, we do have significantly higher levels of fuel poverty, child poverty, etc. And certainly if you look at the example of the Green New Deal, which we've looked at in recent weeks as well, that's one example of how addressing social needs can act as an economic stimulant in terms of construction work, etc. So I'm wondering, do you have any ideas or proposals of how you use the social economy to revitalise the economy here?
That's too difficult.
It's a very, very difficult question, actually. I suppose the way economists and some of the public expenditure practitioners will look at these things is that, what is the nature of the expenditure at the end of the day? Is it actually an investment, producing a return somewhere down the line, or is it effectively just consumption? You're meeting a need for today, and really for today only, and there's no real carry through on that. A large part of the social expenditure is in fact more consumption than investment. It's only really at the margins that social expenditure translates itself into real and tangible returns later on. We mentioned the spending on early years. That will produce a return, but it's a very long-term return. And the demands are immediate. It's managing the tension between those two, which is the major problem. It's a bit like we have a flood in Belfast. What do? Throw some money at it. Pay out money to people who might actually should have taken insurance. And that puts a plaster on the issue. But what we should really do is improve our sewage system so we don't have to do these sort of things in the future. That's a bit of a caricature, but it's not that much of a caricature of what has actually happened in some instances.
Yeah. I think Daithí's question poses the tension. When you're faced with what you consider to be a social need, and you think it's a priority, if you actually put funds into dealing with it, that's funds that aren't available to somebody else. So the question is, what's the right balance? The fuel poverty one's an interesting one, and I'm not opened up any wider than to say the right answer in terms of fuel poverty isn't necessarily to subsidise the cost of fuel. It is actually to improve the energy efficiency of where people live. That will give you a better long-term answer.
And income levels?
Well, that's an enormous issue.